Let's continue with this. Let's speak to Rae Chornenky, former president of the National Federation of Republican Women and a former appointed Superior Court judge. She's live for us in Phoenix, Arizona. Thank you for being live on BBC News. We're at the end of another week of this trial. Your assessment of what we've heard in totality so far?
So far, the highlight of it all, in my opinion, is the discrepancies in the testimony of Stormy Daniels. And I think that is going to go a long way for the jury to make its final decision.
In terms of what the prosecution is doing, bit by bit, they are putting together their case. We had that capture and kill sequence of witnesses right at the first week. We've gone through some of the payments. We have the Michael Cohen witness still to come. And then Stormy Daniels, you mentioned that Donald Trump denies that relationship. So the prosecution is working from the ground up, trying to establish there was a liaison here, trying to establish there was a payment. In terms of how well they're doing, what do you make of that?
I'm thinking that the working step by step with their case, the prosecution's case, is almost more a revealing of what I would think is a campaign aspect, not evidence that it can be countered or at least grounded very well. And they put witnesses on that say different things or say things now that contradict what they had said in the past. And to me, that's more of a just disgrace for the former president than an actual trial.
Sure. I mean, I hear what you are saying, but if the jury believes Stormy Daniels, they believe there was a payment and it can be linked to Donald Trump, then they're home and dry, aren't they?
Well, except for one aspect that I believe came out yesterday with her Stormy Daniels testimony, it is now said that the signing of the check was done in the White House. And if the payment was allegedly in some kind of election counter, then he was already elected when that check was signed. So how did that affect the election, or what was the intent that would make the election somehow change if he was already elected when that check was written?
Let me ask you a final question about the Stormy Daniels evidence of this week, because you had quite lurid details. This a sexual encounter with a porn star whilst he was married. You had at one stage her saying that Donald Trump said, I look like his daughter. Do you think there's a yuck factor here in terms of the evidence that will play badly for Donald Trump with women voters, evangelical supporters that, of course, so far have stuck with him?
It will surely have an effect of some kind. However, again, there have been so many discrepancies in what Stormy Daniels has said over these years and what she has signed in terms of paperwork that I don't think that she's going to carry a great deal of credibility against the president.
Well, Rae, we have to leave it there, but it is the end of another gripping week in that trial. Thank you for your perspective on that. Thanks for joining us live there from Phoenix, Arizona.